and Soraya Daniels there for the Tigers. And then for the Central Red Devils, you got Jabria Lindsay and Madison Fuller right there, meeting them at the center. But it's going to be a great game. Very exciting matchup. The last time these two teams played in this home arena for the Auburn Tigers, Auburn lost. Now, a lot of injuries in that game. Soraya was out. I'm pretty sure Claire Napper was out. A couple of pieces, Jonah Wood, were out for the Tigers. They're at full health today. They're at full strength. So, pregame predictions, who you got winning?
Well, I'm a little biased. I go to Auburn.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
say Auburn.
We both have that.
I definitely will say that Central will put up a fight. It's going to be a good game tonight.
Yeah, no matter what, I think it's going to be a close game, closely contested all the way. I think some keys to look out for in this game. If you're the Tigers and the Red Devils, play at your own pace. I feel like whichever team is able to set the tone, honestly, score first. I think that this game will be decided by runs that teams go on. If Auburn is able to go on a 6-0 run or an 8-0 run somewhere in the first, second, or third quarter, I think that that puts them in a great spot to win this game. And same for Central. What are some specific keys to the game that you have for both these teams?
Kind of going off what you said, just like control the pace of the game. If you control the pace of the game, you really have the win in your hands, honestly. That's pretty much all you need to do. Play good defense, run your offense, you're fine.
Yeah, and well, we're excited for this matchup. It's going to be coming in T-minus about 7 minutes. So we'll be back at tip. And don't go away because you're watching Auburn High Basketball presented by AHS Mass Media.
So good, she said, hell, if Bobby didn't have time to cool off, she just made it. She said you had just made it that morning. I ate a big old piece of cake, and then I ate my barbecue sandwich. And he said, why you eating that cake first? I said, because I said y'all update. I tell you what, I've got 13. I got 13. I'm running the store. I got one here. I got 5, 2, 4, I got 50. You know what? That is nice. It's cheaper than $2 a bag. I did that. I started wanting to get on the dude for kids and then for that. I was with mine was the lowest I had was
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Auburn High School, we would like to welcome you to the 2024 7A Area 4 Championship between the Central Red Devils and your Auburn Tigers. Now the starting lineup for the Central Red Devils. Starting at guard, number 10, Garrett Griggs. Starting at guard, number 12, Jabria Lindsay. Starting at guard, number 14, Madison Fuller. Starting at guard, number 30, Latasia Deloney. And starting at guard, number 44, Danica Ty. And now, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet for your Auburn Tigers. Starting at guard, number 1, Khalil Toad. Starting at guard, number 2, Claire Napper. Starting at forward, number 3, Soraya Daniels. Starting at guard, number 15, Jake Altabrook. And starting at guard, number 23, Brooke Holman. Your Auburn Tigers are coached by Courtney Bridget.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Auburn High School for the start of this area championship in 2024 for the 7A Area 4 title between the Auburn Tigers and the Central Red Devils. We start fast as Claire Napper drains a 3 from the corner. And boy, this is going to be a heck of a game. And, you know, this is already a big rivalry. But, you know, I was talking to Coach Pritchett before the game, and he actually told me to not announce or not do music for the Central Red Devils starting lineup. They usually do, but some bad blood in this rivalry, as we see there. Danica Dee Todd is able to make the layup inside. Now we see Kalia Tolles up top, guarded by Madison Fuller, and that's going to be a turnover on the Tigers.
Can't hold the ball too long.
Yeah, and we talked about it in the opening. I mean, it's really, the start of this game is really going to tell a lot about how this night's going to go for both of these teams. And as we see, Jabria Lindsay's going to be, nope, she's going to hand it off to Latasia Deloney, the senior guard, bringing it up the court. very interesting defensive setup here as Soraya Daniels is guarding on the outside. And now Daly Osbrook gets a steal, so clearly it worked.
Yep.
Now Kalia quickly going up the court to Soraya. Soraya just not enough on that layup. And now Jabria Lindsay passes up the court to Didi Todd, and Garrett Griggs able to get the rebound there and put it up and in. So after the quick three by the Tigers, the Red Devils reclaim the lead. And now Claire Napper with it. She's going to toss it over to Daly Alsabrook. Alsabrook back up to Napper. Auburn, not a lot of ball movement here, although Daniels is wide open in the corner, and she drains it. So 2 early three-pointers by the Tigers.
One thing you can't do is let Auburn get too high on the threes, really on shooting, period.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the Central, I was talking to Coach Pritchett the other day, about this matchup. And he said Central's a team that likes to go fast and likes to get inside, and that's something that they're going to have to, be able to defend against. But also they can, withstand with their three-point shooting. So now Garrett Griggs with it, tosses it over in the corner to Jabria Lindsay. Lindsay puts it up to Didi Todd, and they're going to call that a
jump ball.
Jump ball. Possession error to the Red Devils.
That looked like a block to me.
Yeah, it looked like a block. Honestly, I mean, I thought they called a foul, but I guess not. And now Garrett Griggs in the corner shoots the three, and she drains it. Garrett Griggs, I mean, really a three-sport athlete. I mean, flag football, she was their star quarterback when they won state this year, and then also is committed to play softball at Alabama. We're going to get a timeout here. Looks like by let's see, it's going to be a full timeout, so we're going to take a break here. Early start for this area championship between the Tigers and the Red Devils. We'll be back after this commercial break. And welcome back to Auburn High School, ladies and gentlemen, for this area championship. Quick start, as I said before the break. Central up 7-6. I mean, when I was commentating with Reese the other day, we were previewing this game a little bit, and he said that he thought it would be a shootout, and I think he's right so far, as that's going to be off the hands of Sarai Daniels, and that's going to be another Auburn Tigers turnover. But the last time these two teams played, Auburn won pretty sufficiently on the road against Central, won by about 15. As you see Jabria Lindsay going fast, she passes it into Didi Todd, and Didi Todd puts it up for 2. And now Kalia Told passes it up to Daly Alsabrook. Alsabrook steps back, shoots 3, and that's going to be too strong. And it's a rebound by Jabria Lindsay. Lindsay tosses it up the court. Again, another good pass up to Didi Todd. Wasn't able to handle it completely well, but the Central Red Devils will maintain the ball. And now Jabria Lindsay thought about the shot, passed it inside, and that's going to be a push on Sarai Daniels. You can already see tempers flaring early on between these two teams.
So deep embedded rivalry, they're blessed to be boiling the whole game. It's all about who wants it more.
Yeah. But like I said, at the end of the day, both these teams are still going to be on the playoffs. And it's going to be very exciting as we see that's going to be a miss there by Madison Fuller. And a rebound by Sarai Daniels. She's taking it out herself. And that's some good defense in transition by Latasia Deloney to stop her from getting the fast break inside. Now Kalia Toll's just going to take it herself, puts it up too strong, but it's going to be an foul.
Going back to what you said, I will definitely say yes. Obviously, both teams are going to the playoffs, but the winner of this game going into the playoffs with more momentum than the other. That is pivotal for both teams here tonight.
Oh, 100%. As we see, Kalia Toll's missed the first one. I actually got a chance to interview Coach Brandt last night for our Play Callers episode podcast this week, which will be coming out tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. As you see, Kalia Toll's makes the second. But he talked about, I asked him about what does seeding mean, because this game obviously has an impact on where you're seeded and who you play. And it means a lot because, if you're the champ seed, you play the runner-up from another division. As we see, Jabria Lindsay gets the second chance bucket. you play the runner-up from another division, whereas if you're the runner-up in this game, you play the champ from another division. So much harder path if you lose this game today. As we see Tolles driving around the screen, now passes it in to Sarai Daniels. She drives down the baseline and scores. So early on in this game, a lot of scoring once again. About midway through this first quarter, 11-9 your score. Central has the advantage. Lindsay looking for Griggs. She's going to give it to her. Now Madison Fuller, good passing here by the Red Devils. Latasia Deloney guarded by Alsabrook. Now passes it back over to Fuller. Fuller chucks it over to Jabria Lindsay. Lindsay passes it over to Griggs. Griggs for three, airballed it. Left it way short, and now it's going to be Auburn ball. And Brooke Hallman passes it up to Claire Napper. Napper goes inside, puts it up too strong off the backboard, and that's going to be Central ball. Yeah, so tough start early on. A couple missed layups by the Tigers as well as some turnovers. But they're only down by 2, so, going to be a heavily contested game all the way throughout. I figure this won't be decided till the last minutes.
Yeah, usually Auburn Central games, honestly, with any sport, go down to the wire.
Yeah, and that's why it was such a surprise when Auburn blew them out on the road the last time they played. Yeah. So now we see Griggs with it, guarded by Tolles. Swinging the ball around are the Red Devils. Dee Todd stuck in the corner, guarded by Daniels. Good defense by Daniels, but she's able to get it over to Lindsay. Lindsay puts it up, and that's another air ball. Might have been tipped. Now Brooke Hallman gets the rebound, bringing it back up the court. Leah Tolles with it. Back to Hallman. Hallman thought about the shot. Double team. Now get back out to Tolles. Tolles guarded by Madison Fuller. Back over to a wide open Claire Napper, and she drains the three. Made him pay for leaving her open. Now Auburn has the lead. And we're going to see some subs here. Coming in for the Red Devils, that's going to be number 24, Michaela Davis, coming in for the Red Devils. Yeah, both of these teams very deep on the bench. That's something I noticed on Friday in the semifinal matchup between these two.
Absolutely. Giving their starters a rest. You have a pretty deep bench, so you can rely on some of them to score and help out on defense. Like with Claire Napper, even though she's a starter, she's really big on hustle, and she definitely helps out with those who come off the bench as well.
And as we see right there, Michaela Davis followed her own rebound, but she's unable to put it back up. And now the Auburn Tigers are trying to go quickly. Gets it over to Daniels. Daniels is able to corral it. That's going to be a blocking foul on the Red Devils. Looks like it's going to go on Madison Fuller. So 2:39 to go in this game. Auburn up 12-11. Brooke Hallman to pass it in for the Tigers. And we already seen another substitution by Rashida Williams in the Central Phoenix City Red Devils. As that's going to be Brenaya Douglas coming in. And as we see, Kalia Tolles in the corner, shoots it up and in.
She's more of a pass-first guard, but when she's wide open, she'll usually take that shot.
Yeah, I mean, now Auburn all of a sudden is up by 4, and just everything that they're shooting is going down. As we see, Garrett Griggs tries to respond with 3, and that's another air ball.
Shooting is not on Central side here tonight. Euro.
And as we see, a nice Euro step by Brooke Hallman inside. And all the momentum has swung in the Tigers' favor, and we hear this crowd getting up and getting wild for the Auburn Tigers. And we're going to see a 30-second timeout here by Central. This game is huge tonight, and I can't wait to see who becomes the victor. But you know what's also going to be a big game? Tomorrow night. Yes. Tomorrow night, a game you'll be playing in. Auburn Tigers men's team, if y'all didn't know, fans out there, plays in the area championship for the men's side of the bracket tomorrow against the Red Devils at 6 o'clock, same time as tonight, 6 o'clock here on AHS Mass Media. And I mean, what are you excited about in that game? Getting a chance to get revenge on the Red Devils for last year's loss.
Well, definitely revenge, that's for sure. Also the crowd. I always love the crowd of any and every game, home or away. It brings the energy up, and especially with us being at home, our energy is going to be through the roof, and we're all pumped up and ready to hopefully win the area tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I'm as pumped up as you are, as we see a steal here by the Tigers. Now some good passing here, Hallman to Daniels, and Daniels goes inside for 2, and all of a sudden it's an 8-point game as Auburn has gone on one of those runs we talked about early on in the pregame. They've gone on a 12-0 run here, and let's see if Central can respond.
That's the main thing about Auburn Central game, especially in basketball. It's more about a game of runs than anything else.
As we see, Deloney airballs another one off the backboard. Now Tolles with it, and Auburn can really extend this thing to double digits here as Avery Bally gets it inside. She just powers her way through. We can see Auburn taking advantage there of this really small ball lineup in for Central right now. I mean, tallest player on the floor right now seems to be Jabria Lindsay. As we see Griggs with it. And you hear the Central fans kind of groaning right now. I mean, they started off this game as good as you could really on a road area championship game, but now they're starting to go stagnant on offense. As you see, that's going to be a foul on the Tigers.
At least you didn't allow the chance for an and one.
Yeah.
Very important idea.
And so Deloney to pass it in for Central. But you're absolutely right. I mean, you know, in that same conversation I had with Coach Brandt yesterday, I asked him, you know, what do you have to say to the fans, you know, for tomorrow's game? And he was like, you know, just be there, be loud, be proud. Because, I mean, this is the last home game technically for y'all this year. And, you know, the team feeds off that energy. And so, you know, for 6 o'clock tomorrow, be sure you're going to be there and be loud.
Yes, come one, come all.
And now we see Lindsay gets hers tipped away. A lot of turnovers here by Central early on. And now Deloney able to get it back and moving frantically down the court. Pass it in the corner, and that's going to be off the side of the backboard. And that's going to be a foul on Avery Bally, it looks like.
Shooting really took a nosedive here for Central tonight, while Auburn is the exact opposite, going straight up to the roof.
Yeah, I know. Rashida Williams on the sideline is not happy with how our team is playing so far. As we enter the last minute of the first quarter, Auburn is up by 10. And she misses the first one. Gabrielle Walker at the line. Coach Pritchett telling his teams what they're going to do. That nice suit that he always wears a different suit to each game, you know. Very cool, very cool.
Got a coaching style.
Yeah.
You know.
Coach Pritchett, one of a kind coach. As we see Gabrielle Walker drain the second. So it's going to be a 9-point game here, 36 seconds to go. Auburn Tigers in control.
I'd be calling him Steve Harvey sometimes, how many suits he has.
Now we see Kalia Tolles with it, guarded by Lindsay. Passes it back over to Brooke Hallman. Hallman, a long three, unable to go in. That's going to be out of bounds. That's going to remain Tigers ball. And if I'm Auburn right here, I'm holding to the last shot.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in the control you have in this game right now is immense, and you do not want to give it away quickly to the Central team. See Tolles in the corner to Hallman. Hallman inside, and that's going to be looks like it's going to be a blocking foul on Garrett Griggs. She did not have her feet set. So it's going to still be Auburn ball. 17.4 to go here. But you saw right there, I mean, the play call was to try and get inside and score quickly, which I don't really understand right now. But, you know, Coach Pritchett, the man on the sideline, knows more than I do, as we see Alicia Tucker come in for the Red Devils. And now Tolles with it, back in the corner to Hallman. And how can Hallman not take that shot? She's so wide open. Very perfectly drawn play. What do I know? As the Red Devils are up by 20, or excuse me, the Tigers are up by 13 now.
If I'm Rashida Williams in the Central Red Devils, I'm honestly going to guard Brooke Hallman the moment she touches half court.
Yeah, and we see Garrett Griggs miss that last three-pointer, and this crowd is getting loud here in Auburn High School gym. Auburn up 24-11 going into the second quarter. You're listening to Auburn High Basketball presented by HS Mass Media. And welcome back to the 2024 7A Area 4 tournament here, as it's all smiles here in Auburn for the Tigers, who are up by 13 right now over the Red Devils, 24-11, entering the second quarter. Brooke Hallman to pass it in to her point guard, Kalia Tolles. And, I mean, if you're Central, you got to answer, and you got to answer soon, because Auburn has not slowed down, although that's not the way you want to start if you're the Auburn Tigers. As we see, Kalia Tolles just tripped there, but ended up being a foul on Latasia Deloney. Very courageous move by Deloney, wearing her glasses while playing ball out here tonight.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully those aren't super expensive lenses. They don't break, as we see Brooke Hallman guarded, double teamed, and that double team worked, and now it's 3-on-1 against Hallman, and Hallman gets the stop. What a play by Brooke Hallman, outnumbered massively on the transition, as we see her go back and put it up herself. That is one of the craziest plays I've actually seen this weekend at this area tournament. Brooke Hallman not only getting the steal, but going coast to coast to put it in herself.
You can just tell by the manners of this Tiger team, they're all feeling it. They're all hyping, pumping, hopefully going to keep this lead.
Yeah, they're locked in. They're locked in right now. And so now Central, it's going to remain Central ball out of bounds off the Tigers. But if Central doesn't get something, they have not scored in the past 4 minutes. If they're not able to get something on offense here soon, I mean, yeah. And so we see Lindsay pass it over to Deloney. Deloney back out to Lindsay. Lindsay over to Griggs. Griggs back to Lindsay. Lindsay going to go up, stop and pop, and another air ball. I mean, while Auburn's locked in, Central's not, although they get the steal. And that's going to be a foul on Alsabrook. As we see now that nice, I'm assuming tailor-made suit for Coach Pritchett is off. It's getting heated here at Auburn High School. But who's feeling the heat right now is the Red Devils. They do not seem like they're clicking on all cylinders right now. So Deloney over to Griggs. Griggs back to Deloney. Deloney tossing it over to Walker. Walker guarded by Napper. Back out to Griggs. Griggs with the space. And she misses that three, and it's rebounded by Hallman. Hallman going to go back up, and just a bad pass. Too short, and it goes to Griggs. And now Central on the fast break. Now going to shoot the three. That's Jabria Lindsay. She misses it, and it's rebounded by Soraya Daniels.
Yeah, rim is just shrinking for the Red Devils right now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised, though. As we see Brooke Hallman with another long three, misses that one. Osberg almost gets the rebound, but it's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be Tigers' ball.
Defense got away with that one there.
Yeah, but if, for Central, the player that you need to get going right now to get you back in this game is Jabria Lindsay. I mean, averaging nearly 28 points a game. Had a triple-double for y'all on Friday. I mean, she needs to get going. As we see, Soraya Daniels is cooking here early, able to get inside and get that layup. So now a 17-point game, a 21-0 run. I kid you not. Last time Central was up, it was 11-7. And that's a block. Man. A block by Daly Alsabrook. We're just seeing some inspired basketball on both ends for the Tigers. Now Alsabrook just going to stop and pop and score. I mean, it started off looking like Central was going to take early control, but now Auburn is just coming back with a 23-0 run. I mean, we talked about runs being a factor in this game. I didn't know it was going to be like this. And now it's going to be a double dribble on Latasia Deloney.
Back into a corner right now.
Yeah. And you can see Regetta Williams. It's actually Regetta. Coach Pritchett reminded me the other day. Regetta Williams is not happy on the sidelines. And now we're going to see a tip pass there, and now it's going to go straight to Lindsay. Lindsay going to go inside and get the and one. Leah Toll's feet were not set, so Lindsay going to go to line. And maybe this will get, the Red Devils, they'll get something going here.
Yeah. Toll's going for the charge there. Her feet were just a little late. That. Got a sub coming in for her now.
Yeah, we see every Bowley coming in for Tolles, and Hallman's going to step out, and Bowley's going to go on that low post position, try and get the rebound, although Lindsay makes sure that's not in the cards there, as it's now a 16-point game. Auburn up by 16. I just repeated myself. As you see, Napper going to toss it over to Hallman. Hallman back inside to Daniels. Great job of breaking the press. Now Alsabrook open for three. Decides to pull the trigger. Misses it. Rebound by Hallman. Hallman back inside to Bowley, and Bowley scores. Great.
Smiley coming down the court. Everybody's in their mood right now.
Yeah, I mean, they are in the zone right now if you're the Auburn Tigers. Now Lindsay passes it over to Deloney. Now shooting it for threes, Gabrielle Walker. Walker too strong off the back iron. It's rebounded by Hallman. Hallman going to take it inside herself. Puts it up and in. Now a 20-point deficit for the Red Devils. I mean, wow. I mean, if this is how Auburn's going to play in the 7A playoffs, I mean, they might go all the way.
It's a chance for sure.
And so we see Griggs now with it. Deloney and Griggs passing it back and forth. I mean, Central does not know what to do against this 3-2 zone that the Tigers are running right now. Now Lindsay can drive inside, put it up, find space, and puts it up and in. And honestly, Lindsay might just have to put this team on her back right now. I mean, they are in a hole.
That's who you got to look to score at this point.
So Napper out to Hallman, and Hallman back inside to Soraya Daniels, and another perfect job of breaking the press, although Daniels going to miss the layup. Rebounded by Bally. Back out to Napper. Napper drains the wide open three.
Three-point percentage, I'm guessing, is over 85%.
Exactly. I mean, they're making them like their post shots right now.
Honestly, you're right at the rim if you're Auburn.
And so, I mean, you know, the Tigers, that last shot, basically the story of this first half. I mean, up by 21 now, and now that's just going to be a steal. And now Napper one-on-one against Griggs. Napper going to put it up and in. And one. And one for Claire Napper. And Auburn, I mean, I know we said it against Opelika, but they might score 100 points in this game.
I mean, hey, at this point, you could definitely go for 50 by half.
Yeah, I mean, Napper to go to the line for one, try and complete the three-point play.
Auburn's presence is being felt everywhere, not even just on the court, but in the fans area as well.
So now we're going to see Napper shoot the first one from the free throw line, and he makes it.
One thing I've noticed is Central's bench doesn't have any energy the way Auburn's does. I feel all the energy for Central is coming from their cheerleaders behind us.
Yeah, I mean, but it's kind of tough when you're down 24, you know. So, yeah. But they do need it to try and help them come back in the game.
Getting some energy on the bench would definitely help those on the floor, and then it would translate to their game, and then you're back in the game. Yeah,
and timeout here for Central, and it's a full timeout. We're going to send you to a really quick commercial break. We'll be back in about 15 seconds. You're listening to Auburn Basketball, presented by AHSAA Media.
Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, safely drive that automobile. Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel.
Please don't think nobody notices. I've been up for way too many days. Y'all sleeping enough for me anyway. Y'all don't be doing it anyway. Y'all are not true to this anyway. OVO needs it. Everyone for the song, so let's not do nothing silly. I don't make 50 million and I give some millions to my people.
Here, Auburn basketball presented by AHS Mass Media between the Auburn Tigers and the Central Red Devils. So far, a one-sided affair here. Tigers up by 24 over the Red Devils here. And once again, double teamed here is Lindsay able to get it out to Fuller. Fuller goes in the corner to Deloney. Deloney going to take it inside herself, puts it up. No good. Rebound by Lindsay, and Lindsay going to go hard to the ground, and that's going to be a foul on the Tigers. Looks like that's going to go on Alsabrook. So Lindsay going to go to the line for two. But it feels like, I mean, you know, at Central, you got to bring this at least within 15 by halftime if you want to have a chance in the second half.
Move right in.
Yeah, so Lindsay going to make the first. Coming in the game for the Tigers is going to be Antoinette Morgan, subbing in for Avery Bally. Lindsay will attempt the second free throw, and she misses it. So now a 23-point game here.
A lot of pressure here from the
yeah, and that was not good there, although it was tipped. They say it was tipped by Deloney.
Never mind now.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that call. I'm not gonna lie. So it looked like Napper just swung it too hard to the right of Hallman. Once again, this full court press. I mean, Auburn's been able to break it well so far tonight, although it's giving them a little bit of trouble here. They got to get it cast, and they are able to. Alsabrook wide open from three. She misses it. Rebound by Morgan. Morgan puts it back up and in.
Morgan, I will say, for the Auburn Tigers, is the main rebound guy. Like, she gets all the rebounds for you, and she's definitely one of the hustlers down low.
Yeah, I mean, Antoinette Morgan, only averages 3.8 points per game, but last time I checked Max Prep, she's averaging about 8-9 rebounds a game. So
that's high.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
And so now Lindsay guarded by Napper closely. Now passes it over to Michaela Davis. Now back to Lindsay. Now back to Davis. Davis puts it up. Too strong off the back iron. It's going to be rebounded by Soraya Daniels. Now Daniels back up to Alsabrook. Alsabrook, little crossover there. Passes over to Hallman. Hallman in the corner to Claire Napper. Napper for three. Misses it. to right in. Final for the rebound, gets it, and she gets her own rebound, and she puts it back up and in. Everything is going the Tigers' way in this first half. And I mean, I don't know how Central can come back to this, honestly. I mean, I haven't really seen anything from them after they started the game up 11-7, but now they've scored just 6 points since that.
I mean, it's a really loud environment here, and I can still hear all the Central fans getting on to them about what they're doing wrong. And foul there, almost got the and one.
Yeah, Davis puts it up, just rolls out, and now she's going to be sent to the line for 2. Antoinette Morgan with the foul. But yeah, like you said, I mean, the fans, that is a big part of it. And you can see the fans showing out here tonight for the Auburn Tigers. As we see, putting it up there and missing the first one, that's going to be Michaela Davis. Now coming in for the Tigers is going to be Jonah Wood. First time saying her name tonight. Wood was one of those players that was out the last time that these two teams played in this arena. And Davis goes 1 for 2 at the line. Now Hallman with it, and once again another press here by Central. Now Hallman, just great accuracy on that pass there. Now Antoinette Morgan goes up and in for 2. And Auburn right now is playing chess, not checkers. They are dominating this game so far. Now Davis with it. Davis going to go in the corner to Deloney. Back out to Davis, and it's stolen away. Good hands by Napper. Napper 1-on-none, puts it up and in. Now it's a 30-point deficit.
Auburn is honestly just running away at this point. I mean, if you're Central, all you need to do is get inside.
As we see, yeah, right as soon as you're saying it, right on cue, Lindsay gets inside and draws the foul. But I mean, even getting to the foul line right now won't do you much help, especially if you're not making both of them.
Yeah, free throws will definitely make or break this comeback for Central.
And Lindsay makes the first. And we can see coming in for the Tigers now is Mackenzie Etheridge, subbing in for Antoinette Morgan, daughter of head football coach Keith Etheridge.
Yep.
And we see Lindsay goes 1 for 2. So, I mean, you got to make both of them, especially in a game like this, although trying to get the steal, but Napper gets it away, but she passes it up and way over the head of Jonah Wood.
Too high.
Yeah. Although, I mean, this is the time, obviously in the championship game, you don't want to let up, but, I mean, you might see Auburn resting some of their starters, especially trying to avoid injury going into the playoffs with the control that they have in this game.
Turnover there.
Yeah,
Too high pass.
and this is just wild to me, honestly, because this Central team, every time I've watched them, they've won. Every time I've commentated for them, they've won. So once against Auburn earlier this year and once against Smith Station, and they've just usually played very sound, but so far not in this game. Now Dana's going to drive inside, stop and pop. She misses it, and rebound by Jacayla Bailey. Bailey coming up the court. Going inside, and she missed it. Rebound by Alsabrook, and now stolen away by Madison Fuller, and Fuller just too strong. Rebound by Lindsay. Lindsay puts it back up and in for 2.
You can see Rajetta Williams on the other end. She's fired up, but not in a good way.
Yeah.
This team is not doing the way what they should be doing, and this is costing them, honestly, the game.
Yeah, I mean, the good news for Central right now is we're going to see a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it here. I mean, the good news for Central is you already clinched, 7A playoffs, Yeah. But, I mean, it's tough. You come in here against your rival, and this is the performance you put out. I mean, it's got to hurt your team's morale, especially like you said, going into the playoffs, got to hurt your momentum.
I hate to bring this up because I was a part of it, but last year, our guys' team, we went and we lost the area championship and we lost the first round of the playoffs. This game is kind of a pivotal moment for how you do in the playoffs. You don't want to go in there off of a loss.
Yeah.
You want to go in, okay, we won. We're feeling good about ourselves. Let's go get this other win.
Exactly. And so we see Daniels up the floor, stops and puts it up and in.
Goes in.
Everything falling right now for the Tigers as they have hit 50 points in the first half.
I will say, I do notice her work ethic after practices and whatnot. She's always working with her little brother and her dad, getting shots up, and it's paying off here tonight.
Yeah, I was watching actually Daniel's practice pregame, 30 minutes before tip. She's the only one on the court just taking shots and making them,
But that's what separates you from those who actually want it and those who are just there.
And so Deloney going to pass it in here for the Red Devils. 17.3 to go here in the first half. Auburn up 50-21. And now putting it up and in for 2 That's going to be number 20, Jacayla Bailey. And Coach Pritchett, I mean, you got to have a lot to be happy about in this first half, although he's not happy with how they handled that inbounds pass. Now we see Daniels with it. 1 second to go, and they are not going to get a shot up. And some of the players nodding their heads, but that's because they have high standards for them. But they are up 50-23. A lot to be happy about for the Tigers going into halftime. But don't go away, because we're going to actually have an interview by our boy Jake Festozo with Auburn Tigers men's basketball player Trey Fletcher here in a sec.
I'm Jake Festozo, and I'm here with Jaden Eccles, a part of the boys Auburn varsity basketball team. And tomorrow they have a big tournament game against Central. So, Jaden, what's your thoughts about this game right now going on with the girls?
This game is honestly quite surprising. I thought it'd be a nail biter here at half, but you see Auburn's up double points +2. So, I mean, hopefully they keep the same momentum going in the next half.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a nail biter too. And coming back to your game tomorrow, so what's your preparation with you and your team for this game?
Preparation, a lot of shots. We worked on defense today in practice. Just staying focused on what we want to do, not only tomorrow, but in the future as well.
And what's it like playing a tournament game against a rival at home in this nice environment with all these fans? And
it's great. I mean, we want to have as many fans here as we can. The energy they give us is amazing, and we always feed off that, and I feel like we're going to do the same thing tonight.
All right, well, I think that's all the questions I have right now. Thank you, Jaden.
You can't tell how someone feels just by looking at them or what they share online. To the outside world, our lives may look perfect, even if in reality they aren't. I'm always worrying about doing well at school, and with the end of year test coming up, I'm not sure how much longer I can cope. My thoughts swarm around my head, sometimes keeping me up all night. Some days it's just all too much, and I feel like I'm lost in space. When I did badly on one of my tests, I just about kept it together until I got home. Then I broke down crying in front of my mum. She listened for a bit, and then she told me that, just like physical health, we all have mental health. It's our feelings, our thinking, our emotions, and our moods. She then said that feeling down, angry, and stressed is a normal part of life, just like it's normal to feel happy, confident, and carefree sometimes. We all have positive and negative emotions that come and go based on what's happening around us. These are everyday feelings. Good mental health means experiencing negative emotions. It's not always about being happy. Mum can relate to the feelings of stress. So when Mum suggested I take a break from everything and do something I enjoy, I actually took her advice. So I made myself a hot chocolate, snuggled up in a duvet and watched a film. And you know what? Afterwards I felt so much better. Mum should take her own advice.
Most of us only ever share the good things. We don't like to share how we really feel. Every morning when I wake up, negative thoughts stream through my head. Getting out of bed and pretending I'm okay takes all the energy I have. As the day goes on, the negative thoughts turn from a stream into a river. The water rushes through my head so loudly it's hard to concentrate in lessons. And some days it's so bad it feels like a waterfall that's trying to pull me over the edge. Everything is so overwhelming. I didn't think my friends would understand if I told them how down I was feeling. But when Sasha opened up to me about how stressed she was feeling, I told her. I wasn't sure how to bring up how I'd been feeling, so I started by saying that I didn't feel like myself. Just her listening made me feel like she understood. She told me some things that had helped her, so I tried them too, but it didn't make much of a difference. Even when I tried to be around my friends, I felt alone. The things I used to enjoy weren't fun anymore.
I was really worried about Andre and not sure what to do. He was quiet and wasn't hanging out with us like he used to. So I asked our head of year for some advice. He suggested I get Andre to speak to him since his negative feelings weren't going away.
I didn't want to speak to our head of year, but I also didn't want to keep feeling so down, so I went. He said that sometimes we have overwhelming feelings that can be more intense than our everyday feelings. These feelings hang around for a long time and change the way we feel, think, and behave. They can stop us doing what we want to in life. That's what I was going through. He also said that if we're physically unwell, we let people know, we ask for help. It should be no different with mental health. Sometimes our overwhelming feelings are brought on because of things in our life. Sometimes they happen for no reason at all. After hearing this, I felt much less alone and it felt good to talk. Scientists have found exercise can help when you're feeling low, so our head of year encouraged me to sign up to the school football club, which Sasha was already in. I still have days when the river is there, but now I'm beginning to understand my mental health. I'm learning how to cope. Our head of year reminded me that my friends, family, teachers, and lots of others at school are there to help just as much as he is. I had no idea the people around me could be so understanding. And while it's not always easy to talk about my mental health, the person I'm talking to might be able to help. If you don't feel like talking, that's fine. You could try writing, sports, reading, art, music, playing with your pet, whatever makes you feel better.
If you're the person someone talks to when they're struggling, just listen with no pressure or judgment. You don't have to have the answer. If you feel unsure about anything, you can speak to a trusted adult. Talking about...
Hello and welcome to AHS halftime here at Auburn High School. 50-23 your score entering the second half as we count down to the start of the second half. About 30 seconds to go until we start the second half here. But who are some of the top players in that first half between these two teams?
Well, I will definitely say that Soraya, Brooke Hallman, Bailey Alsabrook, and Claire Napper have always been the biggest scorers, and they proved that here tonight as well. They put up big numbers. And for Central, you got Jabria Lindsay, you got Dee Dee Todd as well. They're just doing what they do best, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, Soraya with 12 in the first half and Brooke with 9. Alsbrook only has 2, but who's made up for that is Claire Napper. She has 10 tonight. And then on the other side for Central, like you said, Jabria Lindsay. Garrett Griggs also has 5. But other than that, I mean, their top scorer has 9, and that's Jabria Lindsay, which is to be expected. She's their best player. But, what do they have to do to get back in this game? I mean, obviously down 27. You're basically hoping for a miracle at this point. But, what do they got to do to slowly claw back and get close in this game?
I would definitely say pick up the pressure, not only like when you're pressing on the inbounds, but just on defense as well. And definitely like slow down your offense as well. I feel like they're rushing their shots. That's why they're getting all these air balls and off the side of the backboard and whatnot. So just slow down, do what you know how to do, and then you'll be fine.
So we see here Auburn starting with it in the start of the second half. Toltz with it in the corner, going to drive inside, gets blocked, but she got hit in the face. But anyways, Kalia Toll is going to go to the line for 2. And so, Kalia Toll is going to shoot 2 here for the Auburn Tigers. And she misses the first. So we see Central shifting their players a little bit. And Tolles makes the second to make it a 28-point game. So if you're Central, you need to score a lot, but you also need to stop a lot. And it's a mountain to climb, but we'll see what they can do here in the second half.
It's not impossible. That's for sure.
It is not. And so now we have Jabria Lindsay with it. He passes it over in the corner to Latasia Deloney. That's going to be a travel.
Taking that shot.
Yeah. It just seems like, Central's just a little bit hesitant tonight, almost. They're like obviously they're rattled, it looks like, but, just right there, not taking the shot. And we see Daniels put it up. Griggs tried to draw a charge. Ref not having any of it. And now it's going to be a 30-point game.
I was saying this as well with the other game on Friday, and both teams were being kind of indecisive. I will say here that Central's doing the same thing again, and in order to come back, you can't do that. You just have to make decisions and stick with them, whether they're good or bad.
Yeah, I mean, whatever happens now, you live with what's the saying? It's you sleep in the bed that you made. Jabria Lindsay going to put it up, and she's going to miss that one. I mean, just a lot of missed shots, too. They've had opportunities, but we see Jabria Lindsay able to seal it back here, and she passed it over to Deloney. Deloney going to put it up and in. Almost looked like that was going to rattle out, too.
Yeah.
So now it's a 28-point game, and Brooke Holman going to swing it over to Daniels. Daniels in the corner to Alsbrook. Alsbrook going to put it up for 3, and she misses that one. Now Deloney with it. Deloney going fast all the way coast to coast, and a block. What a block there by the point guard, Kalia Toll. And now that's going to be a foul. And that's going to go against number 20, Jacayla Bailey. I mean, wow, Kalia Toll is just, standing her ground on the inside and just getting the block.
That right there is another prime example. But on the offensive end of Claire Napper's hustle, all-around play.
Yeah, as we see Sarai Daniels quickly going in for 2. So back up to a 30-point game with 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Central just clueless for answers right now. Now Griggs going to use the screen. Now it's over to Deloney. Deloney going to go inside, puts it up, gets fouled. She's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Well, if y'all like this broadcast, be sure y'all tune in tomorrow for the area championship between the Auburn and Central men's teams. That one should be a great one. Whether you're coming out to the arena or you're staying home and watching the broadcast, all the support helps our Auburn High School Tigers.
If you do plan on coming, please bring as many people as you possibly can.
Yes, be loud, be proud.
Yes, cheer us on.
And so now we got Deloney. She misses the first one off the front iron, trying to go 1 for 2 here. That's another problem for Central. I mean, is the free throw shooting. You know, they've gotten to the line a couple times, but just unable to make any of them. As we see, both of them missed right there. And putting it up and missing right there. And now it's going to be Auburn ball. And it's going to be a timeout called by Coach Christian. He's upset about something. You know, and let's see. It's going to be a 30-second timeout on the Auburn Tigers. I mean, you know, I don't really know what Coach Christian could be upset about, but also then again, he holds his team to a very high standard, and they're playing like it right now.
Yeah. And going into mascots, Tigers are known for being feisty and fearless. That's what they've been proven to do tonight. And the Red Devils are associated with heat and fire. Looking kind of the opposite right now.
Yeah, looking cold right now, going cold.
Extremely cold.
So, I mean, you know, for any 2K players out there, it's kind of like when you're shooting 0 for 8 at the start and you get that ice cube next to you, you know, just completely cold.
Auburn's had takeover for the entire game, though.
So Auburn currently in control, as they've been for most of this game. Leah Tolles guarded by Madison Fuller, and that was almost a steal, but Alsabrook able to get it. Now in the corner to Hallman, and Hallman drains it.
That was a pretty risky jump from Griggs. I mean, gotta stay over there so you can help out, because Alsabrook's also a shooter as well.
And so Lindsay going to put it up, got tipped, and rebound there by Madison Fuller. Back out to a wide open Garrett Griggs. She misses it. That's a rebound by Soraya Daniels. Now Daniels kind of needs help on the back end. She's able to get it up to Hallman. Hallman gets a pass in the corner to a wide open Claire Napper. She misses that one. And over the back foul on the Tigers. So it's going to be Central ball. And once again, you know, if you're just joining us, this game is for the area championship, as it says on the bar above the scoreboard. You know, and it looks like Auburn is in great position to take it home tonight, but still a good bit of game to go. And Jabria Lindsay just gets it tipped away there by Tolles. Now Central swinging it around, and that's going to be a timeout by Central. And, you know, Regetta Williams, you know, we've said it multiple times this game, not much to be happy about on her side. And we're going to send it to a quick commercial break here, but don't go away, because you're listening to Auburn High Basketball, presented by the AHS Mass Media Production Channel. Welcome back to Auburn High School, as we see Jabria Lindsay go inside trying to put it up for 2, misses it, gets her own rebound, and puts it back up and in.
I will say she is playing a little bit better than she was last half.
Yeah, I mean, Jabria Lindsay, whole lot of heart in her. I mean, still a sophomore, but already has 2,000 career points, as we see Daniels fighting for the rebound, putting it back up, and she misses that one, but she's going to go to the line for 2. Yeah, I was actually reading an article the other day by Opelika Auburn News about Jabria Lindsay and how she already has offers from Auburn, Mississippi State, Alabama, and she already has taken visits to LSU and Tennessee. So, I mean, and she's only a sophomore. But, you know, they interviewed Regetta Williams, as we see Soraya Daniels missed that first one. They interviewed Regetta Williams about her, and she was like, yeah, she already has 2,000 career points, which a lot of high school players don't reach in their entire high school career. But it's because she's played since she was in 7th grade on the varsity team. As we see, Tolles gets the missed free throw, but unable to put it back up for 2. And now there's going to be a foul on Brooke Hallman, and she does not like that call. So 4:06 to go here in the third quarter. Auburn fully in control, 58-27 here. Lindsay with it, passes it back out to Michaela Davis. Davis gets her ball tipped, and it's going to go out of bounds, going to remain Central ball. So Garrett Griggs going to pass it in for the Red Devils. And Central has just not had an answer for everything that Auburn has done tonight.
They just haven't been on their feet the entire night.
And as we see Deloney once again missing there from 3. Rebound there by Gabrielle Walker. Pass it back out to Lindsay. Lindsay going to go inside, put it up, and gets fouled.
Future is bright for Lindsay. Definitely is.
Oh yeah, definitely a player. I also saw another thing, doing research for this game. She's the number 23 player in the class of 2026 right now in the nation. So in the world technically. So
Well, I mean, I can honestly see that going up to top 15, even top 10 by senior year.
for sure. I will be excited to see what she does in her next 2 years. But she made, excuse me, that first free throw. Trying to, will her team back within striking distance before this fourth quarter.
29-point game now with 3:30 to go.
As we see, Brooke Holman going to stop, and she gets hit on the hand there by Jabria Lindsay. You can see Lindsay starting to, as well as this entire Central team, just upset, Get to this point of the game. Just trying to give yourself a chance, really, the Central is. And it's tough. You see Brooke Holman here going to get, I think, 3 free throws since she shot that from beyond the arc.
Yep.
And she makes the first. Yeah, she's got 2 shots left. So Brooke Holman misses the second. You can hear, though, this Central faithful and this Central cheerleading unit still being loud and proud, trying to cheer on their team. Brooke Holman shoots up the third, and she makes it. 2 for 3 at the line there for Holman. Now Lindsay with it, passes it back out to Davis. Davis shoots it up for 3, and she makes it.
Maybe that could start something up.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, I remember on Friday, when Central played Smith Station was down by like 17 with 3 minutes to go, and then all of a sudden it was a 6-point game. A couple threes by Smith Station. As we see, putting up the 3 there is Alsbrook, and trying to track down her own rebound. She does. Great hustle there by Daly. Now Told's going to control it and try and reset this Auburn offense. Now Alsbrook just left wide open once again, and she drains it.
If you're trying to come back, you can't allow them. You can't go shot for shot with people. You can't.
Absolutely not. Got to get some stops, but they just cannot figure out this Auburn offense.
Trading buckets won't get you anywhere.
Now putting it up and getting it blocked, and fighting for the rebound, and bodies fall to the ground.
Throw it on the pass.
Yeah, stolen away by Central. Bally gets up kind of gimpy there. Hopefully she's okay. As we see an air ball there, another air ball. Very uncharacteristic of the Central team. Now Toles passes it up to Alsbrook. Alsbrook going to pull the trigger from 3 again. Misses it off the rim. And that's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to be off Soraya Daniels. And it's going to be Central ball.
I mean, if you're able to shoot a shot and you're left wide open, I can see, you're going to shoot it, yes. But I will definitely say that Brooke Hallman and Daly Alsbrook are 2 of the most trigger-happy people on the team. And leaving them wide open will not help in any way.
Now I was about to say, I mean, for them it's okay to be trigger happy because they're usually going to make the shot. So Griggs puts it up. No foul there called. Now Daniel's going to go the other way with it. Double team, passes it over in the corner to Napper. Napper tries to get it back to Daniels and tipped away.
That's one thing I've noticed about Central basketball. Whenever you get the ball in the corner, they love to trap.
And Lindsay very uncharacteristically misses that transition layup wide open. And you can tell this Central team is not only, in this game, at least right now, but they're also gassed right now, especially Jabria Lindsay. Now Brooke Hallman with it. Brooke Hallman going to put up the midi, misses it. Rebound by Antoinette Morgan, puts it back up, misses it. Another rebound, and she's going to draw a foul.
You can see exactly why she averages 8 to 9 boards a game. Just pure hustle.
Yeah, 3 just right there in that one possession. So
yeah.
You got Antoinette Morgan going to go to the line for 2.
Griggs over there gassed. The Central team is just looking defeated, honestly, going into the fourth quarter. Down 30 with 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, 1:22 to go here in the third period. Auburn up 62-32. All smiles, though, for the Tigers on their bench. And Morgan misses the first. I like kind of the thing they do for Morgan whenever she makes a free throw. They kind of lock their arms and start moving around in a circle and yelling.
That's a team chemistry thing. I've definitely noticed that over the years that Auburn women's basketball has always been locked in chemistry. They always are doing something to uplift their teammates on the court and even off the court as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very experienced group. It seems like Brooke Hallman, Daly Alsbrook, and Sarai Daniels have been playing here together for like the past 5 years now. You know,
Yeah.
their chemistry is just off the charts.
And that's not even just from this, from flag football as well. They won state.
So Antoinette Morgan going to try and make her second after she missed her first. And she is not able to make that one go in. So now coming down the other end of the court is Jabria Lindsay. Lindsay trying to just do it all herself, puts it up, almost got the and one. She's going to go to line for 2.
So, with it being a 31-point game, do you think we're going to get an O-Money bucket tonight?
Oh, I hope so.
I definitely do.
I do hope so. I mean, you know, O-Money bucket in the area championship would
Priceless.
this crowd would go crazy.
Exactly.
This crowd would go crazy.
You saw how they were at Opelika.
At Opelika, they stormed the court. So,
Yeah.
So Lindsay gonna make, I think, both free throws, and so coming into the game now is Hallman.
I think maybe as long as we keep the momentum around this time in the fourth quarter, I think we're going to possibly see an O-Money bucket and maybe even storm the court then.
Yeah, for sure. Do not leave this broadcast right now, because that could be coming up, and we're gonna see a.
That is definitely one of the best things you can witness at these types of games.
Always special when you can get a player that's fully team spirit like O-Money is. And we're going to see a full timeout here. We're going to send it to a quick commercial break, but don't go away, because you're listening or watching and listening to Auburn High Basketball presented by AHS Mass Media. Welcome back to Auburn High School here, as Central is trying to fight back from what seems like an unsurmountable deficit right here. 56 seconds to go in the third quarter, as we see Deloney gets fouled there by, looks like it's going to be on Antoinette Morgan, and it is.
Dig deep into my dictionary here, but this game has definitely this game is indubitably has been a momentum booster, not only for, of course, the season. You know, you're proud of what you've done and accomplished, but of course going into the playoffs as well. It's looking like a pretty big win here. I mean, yeah, it's still third quarter, anything can happen, but chances are it's probably not. So just hoping for an Auburn Tigers win here tonight and moving on to next week.
Yeah, and we see Deloney there making both free throws. That's got to be an improvement, you know, going into the playoffs if you're Central. I mean, they're starting to hit those free throws. As we see, it's a quick steal here, and putting it up and in is Jabria Lindsay. And, I mean, you know, it's never over, especially in another bad pass. Lindsay going to go up, and she's going to get fouled and go to the line for 2. And that is lowering the chances by the second of an O-Money bucket in the fourth.
I just would like to come out and say that I did not intend to jinx an Auburn win, because a lot just went towards Central in a little bit of time. So
as we see, Lindsay makes the second.
Yeah, I did not want to jinx this game at all. So don't come at me.
Yeah, it's if Central comes back to win, blame it on our color commentator Jaden Eccles.
No, do not do that.
And so now it's only a 23-point game, which I say only, but I mean, you know, this game, it's been basically a 30-plus point lead for Auburn this entire third quarter. Auburn able to break the press that time. Now we're going to go inside, and it's going to remain Auburn ball. No need for Auburn to rush here. You know, obviously you got to break the press, but if you get down to the other end of the court, I don't see why you wouldn't hold it for the last shot here. I mean, you're up by 23. The last thing you want is a turnover and give it right back to the Red Devils to score.
Whoa.
And another bad pass.
See, now you can blame Max for that too. He brought it up. You can blame him on that one.
I mean, Coach Pritchett on the sideline, you can see him on your screen, not happy with the way his team is ending this third quarter. And now all of a sudden, a 31-point game could become a possibly 20-point game here in the final seconds as we see Lindsay hit the baseline jumper. And now Auburn still has to break the press here with 8 seconds to go. And are they going to do it? And Tolles is able to. Now I would just hold it here, trying to hit a shot. And Hallman, at the end of the third quarter, just misses it. So a little bit of momentum going Central's way. Don't call it a comeback. 63-42 is your score going into the fourth quarter. Red Devils might not be out of it yet. You're listening to Auburn High Basketball, presented by AHS Mass Media. Welcome back to Auburn High Basketball, presented by HS Mass Media. Auburn still in control here, although a little bit of a momentum shift at the end of the fourth quarter. As you see Griggs with a quick three, and she drains it. And is it Central Smith Station all over again?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
And we see another bad pass, and it's stolen away by Central. And it's going to be a jump ball.
That's a questionable call.
And they're going to say possession arrow Auburn. Auburn dodged a bullet there, though. I mean, because could have been called a foul, and that would have been Central ball with a chance to make it possibly a 15-point game here with 7:41 to go. So Auburn's got to lock in here for one last quarter to try and become area champs, and another bad pass. Not even close to Soraya. So now Lindsay with some good moves in transition, although it's going to go off her foot, and now it's going to be 2-on-1. Brooke Holman going to go inside and gets it blocked.
Break off foul, I think. Yep.
Yeah, they're going to foul on Garrett Griggs there. Looked like she caught a little bit of wrist on the follow-through for the block. And if you're Auburn here, just keep playing at your own pace. I mean, in a game like this, you wouldn't expect to be saying in the fourth quarter, even if this win is close, it's still a win. But, I mean, if I'm Auburn, once I get it past half court, I'm slowing it down.
Yeah. Central's been speeding up the pace of the game here for the last few minutes of the third quarter and now the start of the fourth. If you're Auburn, just get it across half court, run your offense, and you'll be fine. Yeah, and so Brooke Holman going to try and make the second free throw after she missed the first. But that is something we talked about coming in this game. We thought it'd be a factor early on for Central, because Central loves to get out in transition and loves to, play fast, try and cause turnovers. That was one of our keys to the game, and starting to play a factor here in the final period. That's what I've noticed about Central, playing against them and watching them as well. They love to cause their opponents to play reckless and end up giving them the win, essentially, whether it's here or at their place. And so now Griggs back up to Deloney. Deloney going to go inside, going to go through, misses it right there, and a strong rebound there by Avery Ballard. Now Auburn trying to go back up the court, and they are able to get it to Kalia Tolles, although it's tipped away by Lindsay, and Lindsay is able to save it from going out of bounds. She's going to go inside, and she gets fouled by Kalia Tolles. And like I said, Jabria Lindsay, I mean, she is putting this team on her back right now. Their best player, trying to scratch and fight their way in what would be a insane comeback, one for the history books if they're able to in this game. So Lindsay going to shoot 2 here. And she misses the first, and that's kind of a story of the game here. I mean, that's something that put them in a huge hole in the first half. They were getting to the line a lot, but they just weren't making shots. So let's see if she can go 1 for 2 here, try and bring this in
to an 18-point game, and she does. So Auburn up by 18, and now we're going to see a full court press here by Central. Auburn needs to break it. And almost stolen away there. And you can feel the tension here. Auburn fans not wanting this momentum to slip away from them because this is a Central team that can score quickly if you let them. Now we see Claire Napper with it. Pass it up the court. Another ill-advised pass. And Griggs trying to get it back up, and she does to Lindsay. Now it's like a 4-on-2. Lindsay going to go up and in between two defenders. And now we see Soraya Daniels one-on-one on the other end, a Euro step, and what a move
On the inside hand. That
by
is a tough
Soraya Daniels. I mean,
layup.
there's a reason why she will be going to Auburn University next year. And now an 18-point game here. Central got to score and got to score quickly. Going to swing it around to the other side of the court here with Deloney. Now back out to Lindsay. Lindsay thought about it, now going to take it, and she misses it. Gets her own rebound, trying to go inside, puts it up, and she's going to get fouled. And so Lindsay, you know,
Is that who I think it is?
who?
Is that Cam Coleman up there?
Cam Coleman. Is Cam Coleman in the building?
Yes.
It looks like it. Cam Coleman, you know, the Central alumni, but the Auburn University commit. So,
Part of the Freeze Five.
yeah, probably a bit torn, you know, right now between these two teams. I'm assuming he's probably going to go for the Red Devils, though, his alma mater.
Yeah.
And so Lindsay misses the second, and it's rebounded by Daniels. Daniels going to go up the court, and another bad pass.
Almost hit us.
And some good hands by myself there, you know, able to get it. And so now it's going to be remain Auburn ball there. Kind of got a bit scared there because I saw it coming at me. But Auburn up by 17 here. 5:38 to go. Daniels just going to take a three, and I don't know about that shot. It's rebounded by Bowley. Napper going to pull the trigger again, and she misses it. And it's going to be taken by Lindsay. And nope, ball getting bobbled around. It's going to be a foul. And it's going to look like it's going to go on the Auburn Tigers. I mean, I understand they've been clicking from three-point range. And now Avery Bowley getting up a little slowly here. She's going to get subbed out of the game. Morgan coming in for her. But I mean, you know, I just don't get it. You know, I know it's been working for you all game, but you know, if you miss those shots, you give it back to them, and it's basically just like a 5-second possession. You're giving it back to the team.
Yeah, definitely run your offense here. I mean, as long as you can run your offense and take your time, shots will get open. And not only that, but you practice that for the playoffs as well.
Now Lindsay's going to go inside, and she gets fouled by Alsabrook. Lindsay putting in work at the free throw line. And if she's able to hit both of these, it's a 15-point game with 5:12 to go. Still heavily favoring the Tigers, but Central making it a little bit interesting here late.
Yep.
So Lindsay able to make the first.
That's one thing about Central. You can never count them out until it's all zeros on the clock.
100%. That's something that, you know, any team that faces them in the playoffs, as Lindsay makes both of them, will need to be weary of. Now a 15-point game here, and these Central fans are starting to get loud, trying to will their team to a big comeback victory.
Wow.
Although Soraya Daniels unable to make it. And
That's a very questionable call.
they're going to call a foul.
Let's travel.
They're going to call a travel on Soraya. And
She didn't even have the ball.
yeah, that was a very questionable call here, and the Auburn fans giving it to the ref right now. Lindsay going to go inside, put it up, misses it. Fans calling for a travel, rebounded by Alsabrook, and it's going to be a foul there on Javria Lindsay.
You can feel the intensity.
Yeah, I know.
Behind us.
I mean, midway through the third quarter when it was a 32-point game, I could not have predicted this, but
Yeah. And it was way quieter than it is now.
in a rivalry game, you know, just a little bit of a momentum swing, and all of a sudden, Central fans on their feet. So now Auburn, who was really good at breaking the press in the first half, has struggled with it here in the final period. Let's see if they can do it here. And that ball was tipped.
Quick hands by Javria Lindsay.
Still, Auburn needs to get it past the half-court line. And if you're Regetta Williams, win or loss, you got to be very happy with the way your team has fought back in a game that looked completely over as we see Daniels able to get up the court, and she just tips it back in and to a Central player, and it's going to be Central ball here. And now Lindsay can cut it to a 13, 12-point game, and she makes it. And oh my goodness, what are we witnessing here in Auburn High School Arena? As we see Hallman, a very dangerous pass, but gets it over to Napper. Napper being guarded heavily by Deloney. Napper trying to find help. She gets it over to Daniels. Daniels drives inside to a double team, misses it, fighting for the rebound. And they're going to call a foul over the back on Daniels.
You can hear the crowd is actually getting into.
And now they can make it to within a 10-point game with a 3. This game's so crazy, it's making our broadcast kind of act up.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. And now they're in the bonus.
Yep.
5 fouls with over half the quarter to go. Central will be shooting free throws every time that they are fouled. And also a rule change this year as compared to the last couple of years that she makes the first one there. But no matter what, it is the double bonus. Automatically after 5 fouls, it is the double bonus. It's been a thing since the start of this year is when they changed it. It used to be 5 fouls is the regular bonus, 7 is double. But now it's 2 shots for every foul. And she makes both there, and it's an 11-point game with 4:17 to go. And now Daniels able to get it through. Napper back over to Hallman. Got to get it past the half-court line, and they're able to get it up to Napper. Now Auburn trying to control the ball here. Now Hallman left over for 3, shoots it up, and that misses. Rebound by Morgan, and Morgan puts it up. And that is a big shot, especially like you said, for the momentum for this Auburn Tigers team.
Been a minute since they scored, and now they finally got that lid off.
And now Lindsay, Central still needs to keep the pressure up if they want to have a chance to come back in this game. And it's stolen away by Napper. Napper now 2-on-2, trying to look for Daniels. Gets it inside to Daniels. Daniels puts it up, and it's going to be a foul on the floor. That looks like it's going to go against Latasia Deloney. And so Auburn now 2 fouls away from the bonus, where Central is already there.
Jacayla Bailey and Michaela Davis are coming in now for the Central Red Devils, going into their bench.
Yeah, looking for some fresh bodies out here because certain players are looking a little winded here. As we see, Alsbrook puts up a 3.
Too strong.
And, it's almost like a turnover at this point. If you're shooting it that quickly there's not even a shot clock, but that quickly into the clock. And now Lindsay going to put it up, and she makes it. And Lindsay is cooking in the second half. I can't see how many points she has right now, but I'm assuming it's upwards of 20. Now Alsbrook with it. Alsbrook guarded closely, and they're going to call it travel.
Another questionable call, man.
And Coach Pritchett is livid.
Everyone's fired up.
Everyone is fired up now. And you're going to see Avery Bally, who was kind of shaken up earlier. She's going to come in for Daly Alsbrook. Coach Pritchett taking Daly out after that travel on the baseline. Now 3:10 to go here. Central can make it a single-digit game with a 2 or a 3. Now Griggs with it. Griggs going to take a 3. Too strong. Deloney going to go for the rebound, and she didn't go for it. I think she thought it was tipped, I guess.
Fortunately, for all our listeners out there, it is not looking like an O-Money bucket will be happening tonight.
Yeah. Might got to wait till, next week when they play in the 7A playoffs.
That's going to be crazy.
that would be insane. O-Money bucket in state would be one of the wildest moments in Auburn High School history. Now Auburn going fast, able to break the press. Now double team is Napper. Napper almost loses the ball. Gets it to Daniels. Daniels gets it tipped away. And Central has sped up this Auburn offense. They are frantic right now. Although Brooke Hallman able to get inside. Good spin move, puts it up and misses. Good shot, but just misses it. Now gets it up to Lindsay. Lindsay going to put it up for 2 and in. And it's a 9-point game. 2.5 seconds here. Auburn only has 1 timeout left. You think you might need to save that towards later in the game, as this is all of a sudden a close ball game. Although Hallman gets it, and she's able to control here.
Coach Pritchett gets the smart call. Hold the ball. Take time off the clock.
Yeah, but right now you're looking, since it was a 63-32 game, it's a 27-5 run by Central. That's going to be a foul there on Jalabria Lindsay. And Auburn now 1 foul away from being in the bonus. Brooke Hallman right next to us. to inbound here for the Tigers. 2:09 to go here. Auburn up 68-59 here with the area championship on the line. And looks like we're going to get a timeout. Timeout here by Central. And looks like it's going to be a full timeout. That's going to be, we're going to send it to a quick commercial break, but that's going to be the last one of the game. And so don't go away because things are just heating up here in the area championship. Hello and welcome to Auburn High School for what has become a very close game, very exciting game here in the final period. Central only down by 9, 68-59 your score here with 2:09 to go in the fourth quarter. Brooke Hallman to inbound the ball for the Tigers here.
I would have called you crazy if you told me this was going to be the score with 2 minutes left at halftime.
I concur. So Tolles with it now, guarded by Madison Fuller. And if you're Auburn here, no need once again to be in a rush here. And they can possibly take advantage of that Central defense being very close. Next foul, and they will be in the bonus. They will be shooting free throws. And so Auburn now just controlling the ball here. And if you're Central, and it's going to be,
foul.
Yeah, there's the foul there by Garrett Griggs there.
Not the person you want to foul, though. With going to the line.
Brooke Hallman going to the line for 2. Now it's going to be, for every foul the rest of this game, it's going to be free throws the rest of the way. And Brooke Hallman, one of the best free throw shooters in the state, to shoot 2 here, and she missed the first.
You hear the crowd behind us trying to be intimidating to Brooke Hallman.
Yeah, that's a big miss there if you're Brooke.
Got to put it back up to double digits.
Yeah, a chance to bring it to double digits like you just said, and she missed the second.
Both.
And this Auburn team, we thought Central was right earlier. Now, great move there by Lindsay, trying to go fast, and she just beats out the Auburn defense. And it's a 7-point game. And Auburn now trying to get it past the half-court line. They are able to. Hallman going to go inside and get stolen away by Maria Lindsay. Oh, my goodness, I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Lindsay gets it touched away, but it's going to remain Central ball. And you can hear the Auburn fans booing, but I think that is the right call. Looked like it went off of the knee of, it looked like Soraya Daniels in transition defense. So here we go. We got 1:18 to go here. A 3 would make it a 4-point game. I cannot believe I'm saying this. Now going inside Deloney. Deloney puts it up. No foul call.
Wow.
Very controversial, and now it's going to go. Although they do.
Very late call. Man, you have to call sooner than that.
Yeah, I will say you have to call it sooner than that. But I do think it was a foul.
Yes,
I mean, off the initial contact, it looked like she got whacked in the arm there. So now 2 free throws to make it a 5-point game.
I mean, I can look around and see every fan on the edge of their seat here.
And Madison Fuller makes the first. I mean, area championship on the line. Central trying to win their 2nd straight here in Auburn High School gym. And Auburn trying to bounce back after they lost to this Red Devil team last year. And Fuller, that one's way too strong, and that's a big miss. Now Tolles with it. Tolles needs some help, and it's going to be a foul.
Going back to the other end.
Yeah, so Tolles is going to shoot 2 free throws here, and Coach Pritchett calling his team in. Wants to discuss some things here before the final 1:05 to go. 68-62, and this is the time of the game usually where we're discussing AHS Mass Media Player of the Game. And actually, I'm getting news here. I guess I must have been thinking of the men's team. The women's team actually did come up victorious last year. But still, a chance to beat your rival once again is on the line as we see Tolles hits a massive free throw there to make it a 3-possession game. And Tolles is going to try and go 2 for 2, and she drains it.
very big free throws here for the Auburn Tigers.
Absolutely. And if you're the Central Red Devils, you might want to start thinking about shooting some threes here.
Now under a minute here in the game.
Lindsay going to take it in on Sarai Daniels. She
Good
puts
way.
it up and in. That's just too easy for Lindsay right now. 6-point game in a trap here. And Central, Auburn barely getting it, and Daniels able to get it and is fouled by Jabria Lindsay.
You can hear the disagreements here behind us. It is really tense.
I mean, in a rivalry like this, with all the implications that go into it, area championship on the line, a better seed in the tournament, in the 7A playoffs on the line. So Raya Daniels here.
Lined up.
You feel like a free throw here could put the game away, and she misses the first.
Man.
And so I'm not going to say anything here because I do not want to drink Soraya. And she misses the second.
Man.
Maybe me not saying anything jinxed her. 6 points game here. 40 seconds to go. Griggs down the sideline. Misses it. And no foul. Another controversial call here. And Daniels is just attacked. And that's going to be Auburn ball.
Is livid right now. Really needing that call to get back.
First
to
off,
game.
yeah, that's going to be a call that people, if Auburn comes out to win this game, people are going to be discussing that call right there on the floater by Garrett Griggs, because Griggs an excellent free throw shooter. That would have brought it to a 4-point game, although Lindsay picking the pocket and then dribbling out of bounds.
Gotta be more aware of where your defender is.
Yeah. I mean, she just picked her pocket there, though. I mean, just straight up went behind her, took the ball away. Now Auburn, no need to be in a rush here. Brooke Hallman's going to get fouled. And a chance to make it a 3-possession game and possibly seal it.
Yep, put the icing on the cake.
Put the icing on the cake here. But how about the fight back from Central? I mean, you were down 63-32.
I would definitely commend that. That took guts.
But now Brooke Hallman makes that one. That brings it to a 3-possession game here. Now Auburn can smell it. I mean, this was a game that was, seemed completely in the hands, and now Hallman makes the second. And now it might take a miracle for the Red Devils to be able to try and come back here. Lindsay going to go inside, score again. I mean, she's just going off right now. Probably going to get 1 or 2 more offers after this game all said and done. But, we're going to see a timeout here by Central. Still not over, 2-possession game, but you're going to need to get some sort of steal here and possibly a 3.
Yeah.
So, but, I mean, this game, looking at it, I mean, the contrast in the second half, or not even the second half, the fourth quarter from the rest of the game is just insane. I mean, you start off with the way they ended the third quarter. They brought it within 15 to end off the third and, kind of brought back the momentum. It wasn't even 15 points at the end of the third, It was 63-40 at the end of the third quarter, but all the momentum was on Central side. And, I mean, currently right now, if my calculations are correct, it is a 34-9 run in favor of Central since the game was 63-32, which was the biggest deficit Central had all game. If you're the Tigers here, I mean, they have kind of struggled with the press a little bit in this fourth quarter, although, I mean, they kind of improved recently in the recent moments, able to get down the floor and draw a foul. But big thing here is you got to inbound the ball. And now just unguarded. And that's gonna put the icing on the cake. Soraya Daniels in for 2. 74-66 your score. And Madison Fuller trying to score one before the buzzer. And, I mean, heck of a fight by Central, but Auburn ultimately coming out with the victory. 74-68 over the Central Red Devils. Your 7A Area 4 champions. And, don't go away because we're actually going to have the trophy presentation here in a couple minutes. And then we're also going to have an interview with the area tournament player of the tournament.
Jabria Lindsay. And Garrett Griggs. And now for the Auburn Tigers, Claire Napper. Brooke Hallman. And your area tournament MVP, Soraya Daniels. Now we would like to congratulate both teams on punching their tickets on Friday to Birmingham next week for the 7A playoffs. And now we would like to congratulate the runner-up of the Area 4 tournament, the Central Red Devils. And your 2024 7A Area 4 tournament champions, the Auburn Tigers.
Gonna shine on down. Got that fire, Marcus, game and click on
And ladies and gentlemen, what a party here in Auburn. Auburn getting the win over the Central Red Devils, 74-68, area champions. Now they'll move on to a big task at hand next Wednesday at Birmingham, the 7A playoffs, where they'll be playing the runner-up from another division. But that's going to do it from Auburn High basketball here at AHS Mass Media. We hope y'all enjoyed this broadcast, and we can't wait to see y'all tomorrow when the Auburn Tigers take on the Central Red Devils in the men's area championship.